Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about a poll that came out from the AP and American perception. And we're going to talk about a tool that may or may not help alleviate some concern. A poll came out from the AP said that 80% of Americans were concerned about the possibility of the unthinkable happening here. Not in Ukraine, not Russia using it over there, but it occurring here. And I want to say it was 50% were very concerned about this. I'm one of those people who believes that knowledge hinders fear. A little bit of knowledge can make you feel better. Now, with this particular topic, when you're talking about nukes, the fear isn't irrational, but it might help to understand it. So there's a tool you can use. It's at nukesecrecy.com /Nuke Map, Nuke map, all one word. And this tool allows you to set the location, the yield, whether it's surface or airburst, all of that. And it allows you to get a map that would show you the rings that we have talked about in other videos, the fallout based on probable wind, and all of that stuff. And it helps you get a clear picture of what it would look like. And you can go online and find maps that show probable targets. Now, it is worth noting that most of the maps I've seen are based on a 2,000 warhead exchange, which, just so you know, that's the high end. There are also maps, I think, for 500, which is probably what you should look at to get a clear picture, because at 2,000, even if you're not in a red zone on the map from Nuke Secrecy, you're going to wish you were. Most Russian warheads are 300 to 800 kilotons, and there are presets for those. There are much larger devices that it has presets for. It's important to note that those are novelty items. Those aren't expected to be used. That's more of a, let's see if we can, rather than should we really build this, The range you're looking at is 300 to 800 kilotons. And yeah, you can pull it up. I've looked. Before I realized where the map came from, I actually started to fact check it. And everything I saw initially was right. And then I realized where the map came from. And I mean, it's kind of like a sixth grader, fact checking Stephen Hawking's work. I'm sure it's right. So I would take a look at that. There may be a lot of people who are concerned that really don't have a need to be about the lower end of an exchange. I would point out what I've talked about this entire time is that for that to really happen, both sides have to make a mistake at the same time. And neither side wants this. We have come much closer to that point in history than we are right now. And it's one of those things where most times when we're actually close to it, nobody knows. It's not in the headlines. I'm not saying that it's irrational to be worried about it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. I'm saying that the risk, because of the severity of what occurs, if it does happen, it may be weighing more on your mind than it really should. So take a look at the map, get some information. That website has tons of information about this topic in particular. And then you can always look at other sites that deal with it and get more information. But the map is helpful because either you find out where you're at, and on some level it may be comforting to know that you really don't need to worry about it because you're not going to know that it happened. Or that it isn't close to you. And then you just have to deal with the inevitable utter breakdown of society that occurs afterward. But again, this is something that the world has actually been living under for a very long time. It's just now it's pushed back up into the forefront. It's always been there. It's always been in the background. There's no reason to let this fear rule your life. The numbers in that poll were really high. So maybe a little bit of information might help calm people's nerves. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.